Hey guys, this is your girl, Miss Aunt Little Cole, and the reason why there was a delay in the sound of audio was because this article that I'm about to read to you all is extremely bothersome, and it comes straight out of the state of Florida and the city of St. Petersburg, and it deals with a man by the name of Kevin King, who has been alleged to have not just, love to have sex with black men, but that he likes to prey on homeless black men. So the article comes from the Tampa Bay Times, and this is what it reads. At Thursday's city council meeting, 7 residents called for the resignation of Mayor Rick Kreisman and Kevin King, one of his closest confidants, over allegations that King preys on homeless black men. Jesse Neville, the vice president of communities under the Reparations and Economic Development, told city council that he has photos on Facebook messages in which King talks about a slight obsession with homeless black men. The messages, which were shared with the Tampa Bay Times, include a photo of King in bed with a black man. King, a chief of policy and public engagement, the chief of policy and public engagement and one of the city's highest paid employees, has worked closely with Kreisman since he served in the Florida House. King said he hung out with the woman who supplied the Facebook messages years ago, but unequivocally denies exchanging a message with her. He said he is a victim of a cyber crime against people because people have a vendetta against him. It's frightening and scary, said King, 39, who was married and has one child. Some of this doesn't make sense. Anybody can say anything that they want to at a city council meeting, because basically the residents stormed into the city council and wanted the mayor and him to resign. Since becoming chief of staff, King has been at times a lightning rod in City Hall. He has clashed with council members who make negative comments about Kreisman's decisions. He has also been dogged by 2001 allegations that he solicited a teenage girl for sex. Criminal charges were later expunged from court files and are not in public records. Neville said he wanted to share the Facebook images with city council, but was not allowed. Your attorney told me I couldn't, not because information is untrue, but because King's comments are so offensive they can't be broadcast on the city's television network. The council chair, named Lisa Wheeler Bowman, halted the meeting with several bangs of her gavel after Neville spoke. Many city council members quickly left the room. About a dozen individuals in the crowd held up signs calling for Kreisman's resignation, while others questioned what happened and why council members left so abruptly. Melissa Thorpe, who was 41, was the first to speak after the council returned about 5 minutes later, opening up the explicit messages she said she received in 2014. Thorpe said she thought at the time that King was a private citizen, not a city official. Mr. King's predatory comments towards the extremely disenfranchised demographic prove he is unfit for office, Thorpe said. She then called for both Kreisman and King to resign. Council members did not address the speakers or discuss the comments. Kreisman, who took office in January 2014, declined to comment through a spokesman. Now, this is what's disturbing. It says that Melissa Thorpe sent messages to the Tampa Bay Times, and there was 13 screenshots of messages that she said she exchanged with King between 2012 and 2014. And the screenshots showed the sender's username as Kevin King. She said she and King met around 2004 in an internet chat room and ended up dating a few times. She said they kept in touch through the years. Around 2009, Thorpe said she moved to California and later Colorado. During that time, Thorpe said she and King communicated through text, email, and Facebook messages. She said King shared details about obsession with homeless black men. I don't know why he told me that stuff, Thorpe told the Times. He probably trusted me back then. All of this was when he was married. He has a child. On September the 21st, 2014, Thorpe asked King to send her $20 or $50. The writer replied, "What do I get for this, by the way?" Thorpe replied hours later, "Well, you molested me in my sleep that one time. I'll forgive you." "I wish I molested you," the sender replied the next day. "You're a hottie." Later, Thorpe, who was struggling financially, asked again for the money. The writer replied, "I will send tomorrow. I have other homeless to feed." On October 9th, 2014, at 9:03 p.m., the sender wrote, "I have a slight obsession with homeless black men. Weird. So many in St. Pete near me. I should start an organization called Hand Jobs for Homeless." A photo sent on October 18, 2014 at 12:37 a.m. shows what appears to be King and a man shirtless in bed. "My boo," the message says. 3 days later, Thorpe called the writer weird. "I would take $5 depending on the dude. I'm kidding. $10 maybe," the writer replied. King said he took the shirtless photo of himself 6 years ago for a social media account, but it didn't include another man. He denied molesting Thorpe, saying it's not true. This is disturbing. Now, the article goes into the 2001 arrest of King, which was expunged from his public record. Now, it states, based on the Times account of his arrest, he was 22 and he's working as a substitute teacher for the Pinellas County School District. The St. Petersburg police accused him of trying to get two female students ages 14 and 15 to skip school and drink beer with him and asking one to perform a sex act on him. Now the girl actually went with King. But he was charged with 3 felonies, including 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. The school district fired him a day later. And King has repeatedly emphasized he was not convicted of the crimes. I gotta say this. This man is sick. He's deranged. But we gotta be honest about something. There's so many people like him. And I believe that he did this shit. I believe that he's a sexual predator. He's a sexual predator through and through. And I think the former woman that was married to him probably saw what he was like around their daughter. And she probably hit the bricks. Because she probably said, "I don't want this man messing with my child." I think this dude is a nut case. Excuse me. I think this dude is dangerous. But I think more importantly, we have to be really careful and note that a lot of people who are deranged, gotta admit it, they do work for the government. Not saying that people who work for the government are deranged, but a lot of deranged people work for the government. And it's very important that people shouldn't have their records expunged if they commit a crime that deals with sexual perversion. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we got to protect people, especially the youth. Now, it's one thing if you sold drugs. I believe that if you sold drugs and you did your time, and after 5 years you've been what we know as amenable, that's when you deserve it having your record expunged. But don't expunge somebody's record for sexual perversion, because chances are they're going to do that again. You got a better chance of reforming a drug dealer than reforming somebody who's a sexual deviant. And this is my problem with the laws in this country. You criminalize people who sell drugs, people that have, I'm going to say this too, have performed robberies, but we give a slap on the wrist to people that commit sexual deviant crimes. And that's a problem I have personally. This is why this man was able to get away with what he was getting away with. Kevin King. And with that being said, I just hope that they get him, they lock him up, throw away the key. But I need the homeless black men to come forward, because without their testimony, he's going to get off. But I definitely believe it. And I hope more about the story comes about. This story was posted actually in the summer. So, with that being said, this is your girl, Miss Young Local. I'm signing off. I'm going to go to bed. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow afternoon. Deuces.